probably should just start with Sam. Just kind of talk through that decision, how you guys came to.
Yeah, it was a tough decision, and we had Tristan going earlier in camp, and then just hamstring didn't end up kind of feeling great towards the end, and Chance Nolan was really coming on, and Sam Vidlac I think as well. So I think it was a really tough decision for us. We didn't quite make it as soon as we had initially thought, but in the end, we like Sam. Really his experience, at playing at this level and starting experience. And then just his ability to consistently complete balls down the field with accuracy, showed up again and again as we went back and watched clips through fall camp. But feel good about him and excited to watch him play.
You've been a quarterback before. How do you keep him from not looking over his shoulder and wondering, Because it's tight. It's not like he's a clear cut number one.
Yeah, it's tough. I think it's tough, and I just think that's the dynamic of the room. Is I think we've got there's competition in the room, and there's some talent in there that they're continue to work, and so it's just gonna force guys to be at the top of their game every day, at practice, and get someone in there that's going to move the ball. But we feel like Sam's the guy right now, and we'll see how it goes.
What are the odds that Chance gets a series on Saturday?
It's too early to say. I don't. We'll see how it goes. But.
Sam's got the big play capability, obviously. He's flashed that at a bunch of different times. How do you minimize the mistakes? Do you feel like, at least coming into fall camp, especially in this week, knowing that he's the entrenched 1 week one, that the emphasis on minimizing those mistakes has been there from him? Yeah,
we've emphasized that all camp, and I think particularly in your first game, you talk about pre-snap penalties and quarterbacks managing the play clock. Just awareness of things, taking care of the football, making good decisions, and that's something that we're always harping on in the quarterback room. And that's one of the reasons I think we feel really good about him, is he's gone out and done it before, on the road and in this conference at this level, and feel good about him.
To the experience component of it, I know Chance has experience from last year, but Sam's got more road experience, got the bowl game experience from playing Texas. How much did that come into play, at least for just this week, knowing you're going to West Lafayette? It's a near sellout there for Purdue, knowing he's the guy who's had at least more reps and live snaps on the road in big moments like that.
Yeah, I think it had a little bit to do, just the comfort level going out there the first time. But we have a lot of confidence in Chance Nolan. I thought he really improved as the year went on last year, and he really came on the last week and a half of training camp and made it a tough decision for us. So yeah, we feel good about Sam, and I like the depth at the position, though.
Do you think running back Deshaun and BJ are interchangeable there? Is that going to be more of a situational, rotational type of committee running back deal you're going to get?
Yeah, I think so. And as the week goes on, I think we kind of, certain guys for certain plays, and then you kind of find a hot hand usually, and a lot of that will be up to Coach Stewart, our running backs coach, and his feel for it during the game and how he feels the guys are rolling. So we got to talk to him a little bit more as the week goes on and as we kind of fine-tune the plan. But I think you'll see both those guys, and I think you'll see Trey Lowe as well.
How confident can you be going into Purdue with the fact that they've changed their coordinators again? How confident are you of what you're going to see back there?
Yeah, not a lot. It's you got a new coordinator, so you kind of look at some of the stuff that he did at Marshall, and they had a really successful defense at Marshall, and so that's all you can do is kind of look at that a little bit. I think ultimately in the first game, you could see a variety of different things, and so for us, the focus has been just on us, like going out and executing our base offense on the road, minimizing some of those first game mistakes. And then just allowing our guys to just go out and work their base reads, and we're going to have to adjust a little bit through the course of the game and see what how they're playing us.
To that point, there was a coach in college football this week that basically had mentioned in the post game for matchup in this past Saturday that the minute that this team's defense came out in a certain formation, half of his game plan basically went out the window. When you're in a week one situation like that against new coordinators, I mean, how hard is that adjustment for you guys to be able to make on the fly, and what has to change if they come out, you're expecting 3, they come out in 4 up front, or they're throwing a different formation or rotation at you in the secondary, and you have to be the ones to adjust?
Yeah, it can be tricky, there, and I think for us is you just kind of go in with a lot of the stuff that you ran in training camp, and then you give yourself the ability to be pretty flexible. And the good thing is we see a variety of looks from our defense. We see some of that stuff in practice, and so I think our guys are used to the variety of looks, and but I think it's the focus again is just game one particularly is like, hey, let's go out and focus on ourselves and our execution of our system, and then we'll, as coaches, will adapt and to what we're seeing.
How much do you think you can get out of Teagan this week?
Hopefully a lot. I mean, he's been looking good out there, and I hope you see a lot of him. We feel pretty good about him where he's at right now.
So he's getting close to 100%.
I feel so. I don't know if I have to ask him exactly how he feels, but he looks pretty good out there.
As far as Micaiah and where he's at, and some of your other transfers too, Trayshawn Harrison, I mean, where are they just in terms of getting up to speed, looking at guys like Zariah and Trayvon and Tyjon that have already kind of cemented themselves? Are they looking at rotational roles and some snaps this week?
Yeah, I think you'll see them in some situations, and I think just the guys you talk about, Zariah and Trayvon, those guys have just been around here for a little bit more comfortable, detailed in what we're doing. But those other guys are talented players, and you'll see them situationally and in some certain concepts that we feel like they're strong at.
Does having that depth all around the receivers, running backs allow you to be open the playbook more, because some guys are good at this play and not others, and does that kind of give you more options?
I think it's just kind of during the week it allows guys to kind of focus on a certain route or focus on a certain technique and really kind of own it as they go, and so I like the depth we got, and hopefully I think you'll see a variety of those guys, but as we go on, is hopefully we get establish some, hey, these are the core guys, and we can kind of roll from there.
Have you sensed more of an urgency this week, or maybe more excitement because it is finally game week for these players?
Definitely, you can see it. We had a little bit of some crowd noise going, today, and you could see just coming out of the team meeting the urgency level amped up, and guys getting excited about playing in front of people. Yeah.